Hi, my name's Marquessa. I'm going to share something very interesting and at the same time kind of funny. It's about something that happened to me when I was, I believe, about 7 years old. I was always a very, very active kid, always getting into things. Um, Whenever my parents would want to punish me, I would run, I'd hide, I'd get under chairs, I'd get under beds, I'd go any place to keep my parents from finding me when they wanted to punish me. I have a younger brother who's 2.5 years younger than me. And I think when he was born, I was one of those 2.5-year-olds who didn't take very well to having this new person coming into the household. And there was clearly some sibling rivalry as I was growing up. Um, so as we grew up, I was always kind of picking on my brother. I always picked on him. I would always hit him. I would always make him cry. I would always take his things away from him. I was always getting punished for doing something, and I would hide so they couldn't find me to punish me. Sometimes my parents would make me go to my room for things that I had done. And I would go in my room and I would yell out the window to everyone who passed by, "Hi, my parents put me in my room. They're punishing me for something that I did." Sometimes I would go in the bathroom and I would get my dad's razor and I would decide I wanted to shave. And so I would shave with my dad's razor and I would cut my face all up. So I was a very, very active kid. I think the most exciting part, which I've been trying to get to for a few minutes, was the time I got my head stuck under the steps. I used to play, and this was outside. Sometimes I would go outside and I'd play, and I'd take my mom's pots and pans out of the kitchen, and I'd find big rocks, and I would put those in the pots, and those would be my roast. And then I would go and I would find grass and all kinds of things, and I would put those in the smaller pots, and those would be my vegetables. And then I'd find some smaller rocks and put them in another pot, and those would be my potatoes. And then I would mix some mud with water, and that would be my gravy over my roast in the big pot. And then, I'd take some more mud and mix it in with the rocks, and that would, with the smaller rocks, and that would be my gravy over my potatoes. But this one day when I was out there playing, the big rock that I needed for my roast was under the steps. I was trying to figure out, how am I going to get this rock from under the steps? So I took my head and I put it under the steps. And I said, there's the rock. I've got it. So I have my hands on the rock. I'm under there. I lift the rock up. I can't get my head out. It's stuck. I'm trying to get my head, and I'm wiggling and I'm wiggling. And you would think a 6-year-old's head would not be so big that they couldn't get it from under the steps. I'm yelling and I'm wiggling and I'm trying to get from under the steps. It felt like ever. I never got my head from under the steps. So I had to wait for my mom to come looking for me, and she found me with my head stuck under the steps. I'm crying and I'm saying, "Mommy, help, I can't come." My mom is trying to get my head from under the steps. And by this time, I'm just so panicked. And she's panicked because she can't get my head out. So there I am, stuck under those steps. So then my mom calls a neighbor who comes over, and between the two of them, they get me out of the steps. Well, you would think that my mother would be so scared that she would not have fussed at me. As usual, I got fussed at for doing something else I had no business doing. And in addition to being fussed at because I had my head stuck under the steps trying to get this rock for my roast, my mother saw all of her pots and pans outside. And she was furious because I had taken her pots and pans and I had mud and rocks in one and weeds and grass and all kinds of things in another one. So that's kind of the story, the most special thing that